Roll video and begin keys on my count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Add D on my count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Go. Add chords on my count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Add drums and guitar on my count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. One, two, three, four, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. One, two, three, 1, 2, 3.
Basically, my life was a mess.
I didn't even remember the last time I could count on anybody.
My parents, that was a joke.
My dad worked 6 days a week, watched TV, and drank himself to sleep every night.
My mom, I love her, but she was overwhelmed.
They've been unhappy for years.
She told me once that she dreamed of going to college to become a lawyer. But then she had me, my brother, and my sister. That made me feel real good.
I was 11 the first time I got drunk.
It took away the pain. For a while.
I just wanted to get away, be free.
Free from my miserable life.
I didn't like what I'd become, but I thought, what are you gonna do,
I tried shrinks, counselors, tarot cards.
Crystals, palm readers, astrology.
Transcendental meditation.
Ouija boards, aromatherapy.
Just about everything.
Church? Yeah, I tried church.
I've been to church when I was little. I found it pretty boring, snoring.
It seemed so fake. Like it was all about being good, Like if I was good, then God would make life easy, and then I would get what I wanted.
By being good, I'd get into heaven, get some wings, kick back in the clouds.
It seemed better than a house with unhappy parents going nowhere.
Nowhere but into addiction oblivion.
So I tried to be good. For 6 months.
No matter how good I was, I knew it wasn't enough.
I felt defeated.
That's when I became a chip off the old block. First alcohol, then drugs.
Years later, I woke up and nothing had changed.
What I thought would free me from my pain just imprisoned me more.
A guy from work invited me to this group that hung out on Tuesday nights. They were a church group.
I told him that I've tried religion.
And then he said something that changed everything for me.
He said, it's not about religion, it's about relationship.
It's about relationship. A relationship with Jesus Christ. He said, if you want real
Cue
freedom,
piano on my
an
count.
abundant life, real peace,
A
1,
life of
2,
adventure,
3,
eternal
4,
life that
1,
starts
2,
now and
3,
lasts forever.
4.
you can have that.
Right now.
I'd never heard that before.
I thought it was about being good.
But he told me that it was about being free. I asked him, how do I become free? And he said, surrender.
I went to church all my life. I led worship, served communion, worked with a youth program. I believed in God. I believed in Jesus. If there was church, I was there. When something needed to be done, I did it. I was doing all the right things. I could quote the Bible chapter and verse. I had an answer for just about everything and anything. I wasn't perfect. I mean, I made mistakes, but the 10 Commandments, I was pretty much keeping those. Occasionally my tongue would slip, and yeah, there was tax season, but compared to others, I was good. If there was a test, I was scoring at least a 95%. That's an A. That's the honor roll, you know? But something was wrong. Something was missing. I had a good job. I made good money. I supported my family. Church was good. My marriage was good. Everything was good, but I was empty. Everything was status quo. No hills, no valleys, just a steady, flat line. I told a friend of mine about it. He was shocked at first. And then he asked me,
Do you believe God?
I said, yeah, I believe in God. He said,
No. Do you believe God?
do you believe his promise? I said, yes, of course. I mean, look at all I do at church. And he said,
What does that have to do with God's promise to you?
and then he said something that changed everything. He said,
You aren't getting into heaven because of what you have or haven't done. God gets you into heaven.
he came down to earth, became a man named Jesus, and died, even though he did not sin. And that was not fair or just. So he raised Jesus from the dead. Because he did that, he will keep death from anyone who wants a relationship with him, who wants to be a part of his family. I said, I know all that. I mean, here's my friend telling me all this. And then he said, you need to know
That religion won't save you.
doing all the right things without love in your heart won't matter. And love is Jesus. Without Jesus in your heart, it won't matter.
All that matters is that you receive his love.
Accept his forgiveness, his mercy. Ask him into your heart. Just let yourself go. I was so offended. I said, man, I know all this. He said, you're a smart guy. You know a lot about Jesus. I said, yeah, I do. What's wrong with that? He said,
Well, nothing.
and everything. He said, all the things you know about Jesus and all the things you do in church, why do you know it all? Why do you do it all? Who are those for? And in that moment, everything I thought I knew crumbled. I was broken, shattered. I realized that all I knew about Jesus could not replace knowing Jesus. I realized that everything I did was about me. I had become a prisoner of my own
Cue
ego.
brave intro on my count.
It was all about me.
1, 2, 3, 4. 1,
I asked my
2,
friend,
3, 4.
what do I do? And he said something that changed everything. He said, you've got to let go. You've got to surrender.